Hello everyone, my name is Samantha King and today we're going to be talking about ReNew Healthcare Group. In the table of contents, we're going to be looking over certain things such as the background of the company, the current situation, the interview questions, the backgrounds of the interviewees, the interview analysis, the flowchart, the survey questions, the sample population, data analysis, the 2B flowchart, the comparison of the two flowcharts, and the recommendation of improvement. ReNew Healthcare Group strives to extend healthcare services to families that are looking for skilled nursing, assisted living, and senior living facilities. It gets difficult to take care of that family member for various reasons. You can take your family member into one of their many facilities where there are 24-hour nurses to help care for that patient or that family member. The company wants to utilize the different facilities that they have to make the lives of senior citizens to be as comfortable as possible for them as well as their families. So it makes life a little bit easier for both the patient and the families just to get some relief and peace of mind. The current situation that is currently going on within ReNew is that management or people who are in management is having a difficult time communicating with their employees. Management and employees are being told to work on different tasks at different times, and it's hard for employees and management to determine which one is of importance, and basically communication gets lost very easily. So since communication is the missing factor between both the employees and the management, obviously we need to establish a clear communication between both parties. That way, employees are able to get tasks done in a timely manner. So the sponsor that I got for this is Manager P. Some of the interview questions that I asked employees to kind of get some background knowledge were, what are some ways you wish to improve communication with your management team? Why do you believe that there's lack in communication with your team? Have you discussed with your team that there is lack of communication? Has the company thought of ways to distribute tasks between each person? And lastly, if company morale is an issue, how do you wish to change that so you can become more engaged? The reasons why these questions were asked was because we were not sure if it was a management issue that was the problem with communication or an employment issue. So we wanted to kind of get in the root as to what employees thought of management. Some backgrounds of the interviewees. All three of them are considered corporate billers and work under Manager P, so we can get some insight as to what the problem is. After asking these questions, the feedback that I got back from all three of the interviewees was that they felt that there was lack of communication because they weren't able to meet up with management. Employees wished they had either weekly or daily meetings in order to distribute tasks to each employee, or an employee picks that task. All three of the employees believe that their manager does not really care about them, nor do they value an employee's opinion. And lastly, employees do talk amongst each other that there is a lack of communication between employees and management. However, they're unable to bring it to management because they feel like their job is in jeopardy, or they feel that there is lack of job security there. So overall, it basically seems that there is a huge mess and employees are unsure what they should and should not do. They also said that they're collectively emailed a task, but are not stated as to who is supposed to be in charge of that task or who should be doing this task. So basically, everyone just kind of does a free-for-all to do this said task. Company morale seems very low currently at the company because employees feel like their opinions and their thoughts are not important or they don't matter. So many of these employees do believe, in order to raise company morale, that if management did consider their thoughts or opinions, that it could potentially boost up employee morale. So looking at the flowchart, our start is the communication is lacking. And we already established that, we know that. And so the question that we have to ask ourselves is it really due to management? If it is due to management, the manager should go to management training. And through that, it is determined whether or not management has improved or has not improved. If communication has improved after the management training, then the problem is essentially solved. However, if it's not solved, the management will either go back to management training or is either demoted or terminated from their position. If it's not due to management, the lack of communication that is, management should establish one-on-one tasks with employees. That way, things will get done faster. So the main thing was we wanted to see if management has improved since asking these interview questions. So of course, we have our demographic questions, which will not be posted or mentioned in the slides for confidentiality purposes, but to kind of get a sense as there was a wide variety. But what we're looking at is the company management questions. Each question was answered between very unsatisfied or very satisfied. So the sample population that we need to focus on is the employees that essentially work at ReNew to see if they have improved their management styles. Most of the population would range between recent college graduates that are around 22 years old and possibly older. The best way to administer the survey was to administer online. So it gives employees the sense of privacy to answer all their questions, and there's no time limit from either the comforts of their own home, on lunch break, things like that. So the total responses of the survey was 8 participants in total. So the first question that was asked was, has management improved communications with employees? Looking at the graph and gathering all the data, it seems that management has not improved at all. The communication has not improved. That's how the employees felt, and majority of them were unsatisfied, with about 50% of the participants answering. The second question that was asked was, has the company improved distributing tasks? The reason why this question was super important was because that's what the employees felt, that tasks were not distributed properly, or there was huge confusion as to who should do what task. So when asked this question, it was found that the company has not improved or has not found a way to improve distributing tasks among employees. This could be due to so many different factors. One of them could be company did not feel it was important to focus their time on, or they're currently finding new ways to distribute tasks in a better fashion. Next question was, has management done management training to better their own management? So based on the results, 37.5% have said that they were very unsatisfied, and 37.5% have also said they were unsatisfied. It seems like employees believe that there was no management training done in order for management to improve their own management style. So many of them were either unsatisfied, very unsatisfied. So that's obviously something that management does need to work on. So the next 2 questions is more of a compare and contrast. So the first question was, how satisfied are you at the current management style? And the second question is more of a follow-up question, is how satisfied are you with the new management style? Comparing both graphs, it seems like employees were not satisfied with the current management. And if they did do management training or they did change their leadership styles, they were not satisfied with it either. In employees' eyes, they're doing something wrong and management needs to change something. The next question is, does management make you feel like you are part of a team? The answer to this question was also very important, because employees felt that management didn't let them feel like they are part of a team or part of something bigger. However, a lot of them still feel that way, with about 92.5% of the employees are very unsatisfied with how management is treating them and how they do not feel like they are part of the team. The last question that was asked was, does management allow employment growth training with employees constantly? Looking at the results of the data, employees felt like they were unable to grow within that company. So many of them do end up finding new careers or finding new companies to work with, which the company has a high turnover rate. 75% of them were very unsatisfied. This could be due to the fact that management makes them feel like they're people who get their tasks and assignments done instead of trying to encourage them and constantly create a career building experience with them. The 2B flowchart should be something that the ReNew should look at and see what they could do to improve and how can they work on it. If management does not let their staff feel like they are a part of a team, employees would either leave that company or management would essentially go into management training. The next thing was, if they do feel like they are part of the team, the next question that would come about is, does management let employees give suggestions? If they do not, management needs to either engage in management training or the employee would essentially leave and look for other opportunities to grow. If management does allow employees to give suggestions, management has obviously improved to make employees feel important to the company, which would lead to our next question, would be whether or not communication has improved between management and employees. So if it has improved, communications with employees and management obviously has improved, and it would solve this whole communication problem. However, if it hasn't improved, they need to find out the source of miscommunication between employees and management, and hopefully that will resolve any communication issues that they have. Comparing both charts from the beginning towards the end, it seems that a lot of it was management not letting employees feel like they are part of a team. So if employees do not feel like they are part of a team, those employees would end up leaving and looking for something else. Or it is actually due to the management not having proper training, not having enough experience, and it could be that the manager just believes that he or she is right in their own way. So some recommendations of improvement. So the main problem, obviously, that ReNew has been facing is the lack of communication between employees and management. The reason for this could be lack of management training, lack of growth for employees, and employees feel like that management does not want them to be part of their team. So something that the company should consider is for management to undergo some management training in order to gain these skills, in order to see how their employees can engage with managers, or what are they doing wrong to change their management/leadership styles to kind of tailor more towards their employees. The reason why this is important is because it can help boost employment engagement throughout the whole entire company. A secondary problem from lack of communication is that the company has not found a way to distribute tasks amongst employees. So something that the company could do is try to get employees motivated by either hiring or training the management staff to be more respectful, honest, and supportive towards their employees. The last recommendation would be to give positive feedback from management to employees. The reason for this being that it can help the management team improve their own management styles and in turn improve the company. Along with this, company morale will boost because employees will start to feel like they are part of a team rather than just management is one team and they're just in charge of employees. And that's it. Thank you.